Eileen Linklater is with the European Energy. What is it, Eileen?
It's the European Marine Energy Centre.
European Marine Energy Centre, which
Otherwise
is in
known
the
as EMEC.
EMEC, and which is in the Orkney Islands, which is north of the Scottish mainland, and where it's pretty windy, quite cold, but much nicer. I visited there than people expect.
I hope so.
And you're rather unique because you're a native.
I am, yeah. I was born and brought up in Orkney. I moved away to go to university and then moved back because I was fortunate enough to get a job working in this incredibly exciting new marine energy industry.
And what do you do? What is the work of the centre?
Okay, so EMEC is actually, as it stands, the world's only accredited grid-connected wave and tidal test site. So we provide the facilities so that technology developers can bring their machines for testing at our test sites in Orkney.
And what kinds of machines have been tested to this point in time?
Well, we've seen lots of different examples of machines. We have 2 different test sites, one for wave power and one for tidal power. And on the wave test site, we have seen Palamas Wave Power test their P1 and P2 machines. So their second generation machines were owned by utility companies, E.ON and Scottish Power, and there'll be another machine coming from Vattenfall as well. And then we have Aquamarine's Oyster device, also there on the wave site, and a UK company called Seatricity are bringing a device this year, and also a Finnish company called Wello Oy are bringing their Penguin device this year.
Now these devices are very different. This sets this industry apart from almost any other power industry because there hasn't been yet any sort of winners or losers picked. It's all very exciting. Everybody's got a chance. But your test site, what makes it so desirable to test there?
Well, Orkney was chosen for several reasons. The first being the point you've already noted. It's very windy, it's very exposed, it's right in the north of Scotland, right in the North Atlantic. But that means we have excellent wave and tidal conditions. So the resource is there. On our wave test site, we've recorded waves just within the last couple of months of up to 15 metres.
Wow.
On our tidal site, at a peak spring tide, the tidal current flows at almost 4 metres per second, so about 8 knots. So these are really, really challenging conditions.
They will challenge the endurance of these machines.
Exactly, and that's what we're testing. We're testing first and foremost, can these machines be installed in those conditions? Can they survive in those conditions? And can they be maintained in those conditions?
Eileen, any disasters?
We've had no disasters, thank heavens, and I'm going to touch wood.
None of the machines have gone out into the
No.
North Atlantic, never to be heard of again.
Not at all. We haven't lost any machines yet. But in some ways, if we're not breaking them, we're not trying hard enough. Because the whole rationale as to why Orkney was chosen with such challenging resources is that if they can work there, then they should work anywhere.
Now, you say you're grid connected?
Yes.
So the electricity, does it come ashore as direct current, or is it alternating?
It's an AC system. We can't transmit in DC yet, although that is something that our clients are interested in. Our subsea cables are 11 kilovolt cables, and then we have a substation on the shore which is connected to the national grid. So anytime these machines are generating power, it's actually going into the local power supply, and the developers actually get paid for whatever they generate. And there's an incentive there in terms of the Scottish Government and what they've done to support this fledgling market in the UK. So there is a renewables obligation certificate, we call it ROCs. And so for every megawatt hour that's produced in terms of wave or tidal power, then that value is multiplied 5 times with the renewables obligation certificate. So it's a good market mechanism.
You are financed by the European Union?
We did have a little bit of European money. Most of our funding actually came from the UK and Scottish governments. It's all come from the public sector, so regional development agencies, local government and the Carbon Trust in the UK all put money in a pot to establish EMEC, and that has totaled around 32 million so far.
Pounds?
Pounds, yes.
And what is the staffing? What size is EMEC?
So we started 8 years ago with 3 staff, and now we're up to 23.
And what is your discipline?
I personally am the client and marketing manager at EMEC.
But what is your degree in?
I studied law, actually, and quickly decided I didn't want to be a lawyer. So went on to work in research and work in local government before moving to the marine energy sector, because I recognised how exciting and evolutionary it was going to be and how important it is for a clean energy future. And the fact that I was able to return to my home community, where traditionally there hasn't been a lot of graduate employment opportunities. But with this new industry, I was able to move back home and do a really exciting job working with all these different technology developers.
Do you have a difficulty in sort of not favouring one technology over another?
Well, at EMEC we are completely technologically agnostic. We, all the results from all the tests are utterly confidential, because IP is obviously very important to all our clients. So yeah, we don't favour anybody. But what we can say is it's very early days. There's lots of learning going on, and everybody's learning different things. As you stated at the start, there's so many different concepts that are still being tested. The market still hasn't converged on what the most effective or efficient model is going to be. We expect that will happen over time, but I don't think there's going to be one winner. I think there will be lots of different technologies suitable for different locations.
Eileen, it's marvellous to talk to you.
It's been a
How
pleasure.
exciting. I hope to visit with you in the Orkneys
Thank you very
at some
much.
time in the future. Cheers.
Thank you.